right, Leafs talk. JD Bunkis, Sam McKee. Another W. Another W. 8 o'clock starts. No, no more. Never
Can we,
again.
can we get a 7 p.m. puck drop? We got 6
Yeah.
p.m. I'm rushing on the subway. This one I got my feet up and it's like
No,
getting dozy. Like, get back to
buddy.
7 p.m. drops. We need the
We're
7 p.m. baby.
we're about to get an 8 a.m.
Yeah, no,
We're
that's
about to
weird.
get a couple 2 p.m.s.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the wonky Leaf season.
8
8 o'clock.
a.m. is truly insane. That
I,
is
I love
throwing
it.
me off the equilibrium big time. It's a Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Come on. Like,
I love it.
I like to enjoy my Saturday evening. I'm going to wake up and watch a hockey game at 8 a.m. Got to set the alarm on Sunday. Come on
Buddy,
now.
you start your workday at 4 o'clock
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
And you're griping about getting dozy now. You
I
can't have
know.
it both ways. Either you're up with the farmers in the morning with me grinding at 8
Or at the
a.m.
bars with the boys.
Yeah, either you're in the barn or you're up with the owls. Okay, what are you doing? You're sleeping all day. What are you, a cat?
No,
Complaining
I
about
just
never getting any sleep.
listen.
Leafs
I'm
get an
washed up.
impressive win.
I'm washed up. What do you want from me,
Yeah,
pal? I'm washed
yeah,
up.
buddy. I got news for you. I've been your friend for a long time. You've been washed up. This is this is not a new development over here. Leafs get a great road win. I liked it
Mhm.
tonight. The second period was kind of awful, but for a team that we hammer for starting on time, I think that the story, well, one of the stories of the game for me, anyways, is that they did it. They started on time and they played a great first period. It's their best period of the season.
Yeah, they played a great first period, and then Mike Johnson said on the broadcast, and I agree. In the third period, looked like a
Mhm.
tired team. Looked like they were running out of steam. They've been on the road for a long time. Top guys have been playing a ton, and they just kind of. I thought they played responsibly, but they spent a lot of time in their own zone. A lot of icings. A lot of guys kind of not moving their feet as well, but they did
Mhm.
enough to win. They took advantage of a power play. Great goal by Tyler Bertuzzi. Love Morgan Riley tonight. I think he was the best player
Yep,
on the ice for either team. I thought it was unbelievable
100%.
again. So, yeah, good road win. Good for them to get this one because that kind of makes Saturday now gravy, whatever. Like you go into that last game with Samsonov, you don't feel the pressure to get that one. And yeah, I happy to see them get on top. This is a statement game for them. Stars are a good team in the West, and they went in there and they took 2 points from them, especially in that first period.
Yeah, I thought that they gassed out a little bit too, but they're also
Mhm.
playing with 5D. Like they
Yep.
lose Jake McCabe with what 20 seconds in the game. Jobo got the clip for us, but you can't really tell from anything. Like
No.
just looks like a bit of maybe a groin pull or something with his knee. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's a lower body something. He goes off, he doesn't return, and yeah, even still, the Leafs dominated the first period. It was like the first 5 minutes, the Stars didn't have a shot. They didn't even have a shot attempt on net, and the Leafs just had them on their back foot the entire time.
Yep.
And they were rewarded. It could have been worse. Toronto only ended up with 8 shots and a post, I think, in the first
Mhm.
period. Like a Marner post that was really, really close, but just tons of puck pressure, line after line after line, wave after wave, kind of coming at the Stars team. And I think teams get up for Toronto. You can't tell me that the Stars aren't getting up for the Maple Leafs coming into town and don't treat it like a test for themselves either. There's a bunch of hype going into this game for them. Domi's returning, Klingberg's returning. It's
Yeah.
Jason Robinson's brother's team. A team that beat them in a. Hey, I think that's a something. I don't think
They
that's enough.
they own them. This is their,
Wedgwood,
I think this is their sixth straight win against the
yeah,
Stars. They beat I think it's their fifth straight in Dallas. Like they kind of own this team. So I would
that's what I
agree with
mean.
that. That was a really impressive. That was by far their best period of the season. I don't
Mhm.
think that's a controversial statement at all. I don't think I've seen them play that well, that connected, that just everything about their game in that first period was really, really good. And it's nice to see. It's just nice to see Morgan Riley do what he's doing. I know we have some other stuff to talk about, but yeah, we
That's a
we
good place to start.
we talked about it after last game, and you threw it in as kind of a little note at the end of the show. But tonight, it's probably the lead story for me.
Mhm.
It's really, really impressive. It makes me really happy to see how good he's been through the start of this season. He's just there's something about him. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just the decisiveness, the power with his skating. He's just showing off all his skills every night, and he's been a massively important guy for them. It's just he's looking like that number one D man that they always want him to be, that everybody talks about him being in that upper echelon. Is he up there? Is he in that class? And through the start of this season, he has been. He's been really, really good. And, I don't watch every other team closely, but I'm sure he's been one of the best defensemen in the league to start the year. He's been awesome.
Well, he and Brody, from an expected goals for standpoint, have
Yeah.
been dominant. They've been the best two Leafs by a pretty healthy margin. And yeah, this tuck that they're showing is actually like probably the least spectacular Riley
Yeah.
play of the
I
game. Like
mean,
it's a wide
landed on
open
his
save.
stick in the slot. Yeah.
That's more of a Nylander thing
Yeah.
that like this is basically that goal is your daily or whatever nightly Leafs game. Oh my God, Nylander moment where he goes behind the net. There's a couple defenders. He fishes out the puck. He
Hmm.
does his classic like circle the net. You know who he reminds me of is do you remember Steve Nash when he would start to do the like dribble
Under
into
the
the heart of the
bucket.
defense and
Under
then
the
the
bucket.
circle out looking for the guy to pass? That's
Yeah.
what that play reminded me of. Was very Steve Nash, little cross sport reference for the
Really,
people.
really, really good. Like that a
Yeah, that
lot. Well
yeah.
done.
You got the little Steve Nash, like patient,
Yeah.
take your time, look for the guy, and then guess what? You find somebody, you find Amari Stoudemire at the rim for the dunk, and that was Morgan Riley on that play. So yeah, there's one for the old heads. Little cross sport one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful
Our
Nylander.
producer's like, "Who's Amari Stoudemire?"
Oh, dude,
Joe
yeah,
Woll.
our producer, idiot young guy. Already complaining about
Steve
it past his
Nash?
bedtime to me.
Who's that? Who is
Yeah.
that?
But dude, I thought tonight in particular, like Riley's just carried over his play from the postseason last year in particular. But tonight, when you're down to 5D, he played 26 minutes and it
Mhm.
never really felt like he slowed down. And it's just a game where the physical freaks show up. And
Yeah.
Morgan Riley's one of those dudes. He's extremely dedicated in the gym. He's always been a monster. And there was just really no slowing him down tonight. Plus, four block shots. Four block shots for Morgan Riley tonight. I don't think that he gets enough credit at times for his toughness. We all admire the skating.
Mhm.
We all admire the playmaking, the ability to snap a puck up the ice. Guy, guy competes.
He's heart and soul, man. He's a heart and soul kind of guy that'll do whatever it takes to win, and he's just been really good through the start of
Mhm.
this year. And I feel like an idiot for all the stuff I said about him last year and in years past. And
Why? He was
we're
bad last year.
I know, but I said, "Oh, you got to wait till the playoffs because he always shows up in the playoffs," and he did. So it's been nice to
Mhm.
see him carry that over into the start of this year.
Um,
How many did he end up playing tonight? What was it? He had to be in the he had
26.
26. Is that what you said? Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you said 28.
No,
26.
I think 26, 26 something, 26-13. Yeah.
Wow,
Just a little over
that's
26
impressive.
minutes. Yeah, it
That's
was.
impressive.
And again, just like really good shifts throughout the game, like
Yeah.
really controlled play right now. And it's just it's the best version of Morgan Riley. Again, it's the exact same guy that we saw come postseason. Uh, yeah, I'm with you. Like the start was great, and the close could have been maybe a little bit better. But to me, that's just a grimy road win where the other team is battling, and they didn't
Yep.
give up a ton of dangerous opportunities. But Joe Wall, buddy, or Joe Woll, sorry,
Well,
made a huge save with about 7 minutes left in the third period. A massive save to start the second period as the Leafs were kind of crumbling around themselves. And, they were talking on the broadcast about, hey, what's the decision going to be for Sheldon Keefe after Saturday's game, right? Tuesday night. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? It's Joe Woll's net, buddy. Like,
you're gonna start this guy. They're
yeah,
gonna start the guy that's been red hot through these the games that he's played in, where he's legitimately carried them to 2 victories. He was really good tonight.
yeah.
He's starting Tuesday on home ice.
Uh,
And this guy,
uh,
he's a type
question.
he's been playing a lot of road games. He's kind of the pseudo backup goalie. Like I don't know what his stats, his splits would be, how many games he's actually played at home. Can imagine it's a lot more road games than he has been home games. But to me, coming back off the trip where he's been really good, get the start on home ice in front of the crowd. Actually, been really good. Halloween night, 8 p.m. start, maybe a little bit of greased up crowd. Should be fun. Give him his due, getting in front of the home crowd and getting that start. There's no question to me. He's been excellent. Tonight, he wasn't like called on to be spectacular, like you kind of alluded to there.
He
But
did make three.
the
I thought
big
he made
ones,
three 10
yeah,
10 bell saves.
that split save was amazing. That
Yeah.
to me, it just hurt watching every man above 30 watching that save, had a little bit of a twinge, being like, oh boy, that looked painful. But he was really good. And I just have to give him full credit. I was expecting him kind of tonight. It was a big start. I didn't really know what you're gonna get out of him. And he just went in there and was excellent again. And like I'm not convinced he's this guy, but I'm starting to be more and more convinced that he's the best goalie they have. I think it's hard to quibble with that at this point, is it not?
Dude, he's got 34 save through his first 15 games as a Maple Leaf, which is second in the franchise's history. second best in franchise history. So like whatever.
Old
This is an
old
exact
Eddie old Eddie Chadwick had one
yeah.
pretty good there,
Ed,
save percentage.
Ed Chadwick from 56 to 57. So
I
yeah,
guarantee you give me one shot on Ed Chadwick today, I'm scoring.
dude, that's so rude. I mean, yeah, maybe Ed Chadwick today, like,
No.
but not Ed
Eddie
Chadwick in his
Chadwick in his
prime.
prime, I'm going top
Eddie
corner.
Chadwick in his prime would shut you down, brother. No questions asked. You put Eddie Chadwick in his prime in the new gear, the right pads. He is,
No, Eddie
buddy.
Chadwick in his prime in 56, 57.
First of all, 56, 57, Chadwick. He's not wearing a mask. You're
Yeah.
looking at him. He's not scared of you at all, and he is just rushing you. You're panicking, pissing down your
Do I
leg
get
as
today's
old
gear
Chad.
or do I get my gear like that I have now, or do I have to use
Yeah, you
56
get your gear. You can have your no. Well, you got to choose. Either he gets the gear of now and you get the gear of now, or you get no gear and he gets no gear. He's wearing no bucket and he's charging at you with scars all over his
Oh,
face,
no, you're right.
guaranteed.
Eddie
I bet
Chadwick,
you
I'd
he's
I'd poop my pants. Eddie
I was gonna
Chadwick
say,
makes me
I
poop my
bet you
pants.
this guy, if I had to guess, if it's 56, 57, he's 5'6", and he's barreling down on you, all 5'6" of them, and he is just ready for it, buddy.
Oh,
He is
Eddie
not
Chadwick.
afraid of your lanky smoke.
I
But
love it.
yeah, I think the decision's pretty simple. I think the
Yep.
guys played well. The only way I think Samsonov could steal the net is a spectacular shutout, and even that's the only way that it's even like a remote
Yeah.
conversation. And yeah. Oh, he was 5'11". He was a giant of his time.
Oh my God. He was Yao
Chad-
Ming.
Chadwick was a beast. Dude, 56. You're walking around 5'11". Ladies are just like,
Oh, Chadsy.
yeah, exactly. Tallest guy in town, guaranteed. That is a monster. Shaq of 56 right there, 5'11".
Oh
Is he the
my
tallest
God.
goalie in the league? Anyway,
Off the rail.
yeah, off the rail, but yeah, forward. Hey, punchy one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wool's been excellent.
Yep.
There's nothing to take away from him. Everything that we describe about him, on the way that he's always described, calm, collected. Like, there's a reason these guys keep bringing it up. Sometimes I just wonder if it's the PR statement. They go, "Hey, say this about the guy," and it
Yeah.
starts getting trotted out. It's pretty clear after watching him now play a couple of games this year that not going to say the hype is real of, hey, this guy's going to win the Vesna or there's not going to be bad moments for this guy, but the calmness in net is just it's night and day from the guy that they had in there before from last season with
Yeah.
Sam. Played well. I'm not trying to denigrate Samsonov. I'm just saying that they're stylistically and their demeanor, composure, whatever you want to put it as, it's pretty different.
After last year, I was willing to say that he was an NHL goalie, and now I'll go as
Mhm.
far as to say that he could be an above average NHL goalie. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's pretty fair.
Okay.
You want to do bad now or you want to do
Well,
good?
I
Because Bertuzzi got one, and
yeah, I liked it. I wanted to ask you about Matthews and Marner because you heard what Keefe said today about
yeah,
how he didn't think they were very connected and he didn't think they were kind of up to their usual standard. I,
yeah. I think that they heard it.
yeah, but I still tonight like they hooked up on that even strength goal, which obviously meant a lot to Marner. That celebration,
Mhm.
like he seemed like he had been frustrated by it, but I still don't think Marner is all the way there. I he's still making some reads, he's still making some passes that he doesn't usually make, especially on the power play. I noticed it. Couple like overly cute ones that he makes, and I know but when he's at his best, he's not turning the puck over like he has tonight. I don't feel like he's been at his absolute best, but to see them hook up on a goal like this is nice. I agree with Keefe. They've been winning some games, but I don't think they've necessarily been at their best. And yeah, it's nice to see them hook up on an even strength one here tonight, even though it just kind of landed on his stick there. But then nice to get an assist
Mm.
for Matthews on a Marner goal.
See, I thought that one was justified because it was Marner that hit the post in the first
Yeah,
period.
hard.
And
Put the
and
puck
and
in
if
too.
you're gonna ask me, hey, what was the best part of the first period? Like what made the first period special to you? It was that one Nylander play, like the
Yeah.
goal that he sets up to Riley that we mentioned,
Mhm.
we already went over. But the rest of it was Marner and Matthews just hungry on pucks. They were demons on the forecheck in this game.
Yeah.
And I'd say
Better
this, like,
tonight for sure.
the two of them just really came into this game with a real intensity. I like that Keefe split up the penalty kill at the end of the game, that he went back to Marner Kampf,
Yeah.
and they were notably good. Although there was one moment where I thought Marner actually did get a little too cute, where he's trying to pass it back
Yeah.
and it ends up in an
It was
odd man rush the other way. And you're like, hey man, how about just like push the
in
puck
deep.
on the boards and just
In
eat some
deep.
time? rather than try to do the overly cute play. But I actually thought Marner was really, really good tonight. This kind of felt like a vintage Marner game to me. I loved Matthews. I'm glad that goal happened because it just sort of felt like a theme from the game, which was Matthews bearing down on guys, closing in, using his size, using his stick to create a turnover, and then ends up being the assist man to Marner, who's in a really good spot, picks a corner, finishes the play nicely. I thought a good game for them. I liked the intensity.
Better
Maybe
tonight. Better tonight for sure.
I'll
Still
hear
not full
you.
strength, but better tonight.
Yeah, I'll hear you on that, and I
Yeah.
believe Keith's right about the season on a whole. It's been, I'd say, a little disappointing for Marner, and that line I feel like has been searching. We
Mhm.
all expect that Bertuzzi, Matthews, and Marner was just going to come out of the gate right away and be the best line in hockey, and that wasn't really the case. And
Mhm.
part of that, by the way, is like I was talking to Myrtle the other day. Says that there's a leg thing going on with Bertuzzi. The reason why they thought he wasn't going to play the other night, he's got something lingering that has been bothering him for some time. And of
How
course, the
yeah,
dude's a
okay.
warrior, so he's just battling through it. And again, good goal tonight. But yeah, I think that they're searching for a little chemistry with whoever the third guy on the line is going to be.
Yeah,
And maybe tonight is at least tonight is a step in the right direction for
for
those
sure.
guys.
Yep.
Step in the wrong direction.
Mhm.
I hate doing this. Like it's an awful shift, like where the Leafs get scored on. Matthew Nyes just kind
Yeah.
of tired brain, flips a puck out.
Such
Doubt.
tired brain. He
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
he couldn't process anything else what he was gonna do. He's like, "I don't know what to do. This is what I'm
Ultimate
doing."
tired brain.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's just like, and you can even see him actually on the shift. Like he is barely moving. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I just want to get off the ice. Anyway, they finally get it out. Dallas scores a transition goal, but
Mhm.
it's another instance where, you pointed out that the fourth line had one good shift in this game, and I
Yeah.
agree. Like,
They drew a 4-minute penalty when they actually ended up
well,
scoring on that power play.
but it was Camp that drew it.
Yeah.
Like
He
he's
had
out
just
on
come
the
on.
ice.
He had just come
It
on, yeah.
wasn't the pure fourth line, just like this
Yeah.
goal wasn't the pure fourth line. But I I really do hate saying this because I was so hopeful for the signing and I believe in the
Mhm.
intangibles, and
Yes,
I know it's
yes,
a long
yes,
season.
yes.
Ryan Reaves is the worst hockey player I think I've ever seen. I don't remember a guy that I have ever seen is worse than him. Like he can't play. Like he can't play. Flat out.
No.
Like I I I want to root for the guy, but he's a turnstile out there. Like he's just, he kind of sticks his stick out and he tries to bear down on the forecheck sometimes. And if he gets close in on a guy, he's got a strong stick. He can kind of chop up a play for a split second, but you're dead when he's out there. Like he's an unplayable hockey player. And like I just don't know what else to say about it. I feel bad, but it's just the way. Like who
Yeah,
have you ever
he's
seen as bad as?
trying to think. I don't know. Those old like Fraser McLaren guys, they weren't moving around too quick either. I don't know. There's just it's the type of
Sure.
guy. It's listen, it's the type of guy that just doesn't exist anymore. We used to watch
Mhm.
fourth lines go head to head that were three guys like this, right? Like it's the game has changed, and I don't feel like he's part of the change. I don't know what they're gonna do. I've actually liked the other signings. I think Klingberg's given them more like kind of what I expected from him. He's been all right. I think he played 24 minutes tonight.
Dude,
Domi's kind
Klingberg
of
had some tonight. You could tell he was
yeah.
trying to
Domi's
he
coming.
he had his legs.
Yeah, Domi's coming around. Bertuzzi's got a goal tonight. Like I know he's battling some injuries or whatever. So I don't mind those signings so far.
Mhm,
But Reeves has just been like he's not really playable.
mhm.
I like every time he's out there, I'm worried. So I don't know what you do. What's the contract situation? I'm no CBA expert. I don't know if
3
you
years, you can bury it, but
but can
it's
you
still a
bury it?
3-year
Can you
deal.
bury it like tomorrow? Or is it
Yeah.
can I like is there any way that Bobby McMahon gets called up or Steves or Abrazizi or Tivberg or whatever one of these guys from down there and they're not immediately way better on the fourth line? It's just
Yeah,
it's hard to I hate talking about it because I love the guy and I've loved his career and I wanted him here and I was really excited about the signing, but it's just been an incredible wake up call immediately that he's just like not playable.
it's
So I
just
don't
a
know where they're
different
going to
game.
go from there. I don't know where they're going to go from here.
Dude, you and I both like that element. I think
Love it.
that there is a value to
Of
having the toughest
course.
guy on the bench. I love that there's someone that can hold the other teams accountable, but it's just like how can you hold a team accountable when the second you step foot on the ice, the other team's just like, holy crap, go, 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 go. Like we got to get
Yeah,
something here. We got to get something here. And
yeah,
tonight it kind of felt that same way where the Leafs are dominating that first period and you go, this is nice. This is really nice. Those three lines, they're a 3-line team. And I think that he's a big
yeah,
reason why they just cannot play the other two guys that are on the line with them.
yeah.
It's a tough situation. I just don't see it's not something where you go, oh, he's fighting it. Like it's not the Max Domi thing, right? Where we're going,
No,
hey, it's confidence and you got to find the right guys for him. This guy just cannot move.
I know you.
And
I know you like the stats. I know you like the nerd stats. I think
yeah,
9.3 expected goals for Ryan Reaves tonight. It's like, I mean, like that's not good. Below 10% in that stat is not pretty.
oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what else we can say. Is this going to be every night we do this?
No,
And we just Reeves corner? Like I don't know what
no,
to do.
yeah, I guess not.
Hard.
I don't mean to hammer home the same
No, but
thing over and
he was
over.
particularly bad again.
Yeah,
How
it
much how much
was.
ice time did he end up having tonight?
Well, dude, he was on the ice for 2 minutes on that shift where they gave up the goal. It was just like you got a
And
guy out there.
he played 8:54 with 2 minutes stuck out there.
That's what I'm saying is that it's that 2 minutes where the Leafs got scored on against
Yeah.
that good team. It's I don't want to say direct result, but you can't tell me that the 9% expected goals guy,
Had something to do with it.
he's not dude, it feels like they're shorthanded when he's on the ice is the
Yeah.
issue. Like that's
Yeah.
just it. It's like
Yeah.
when they're in their own zone, he can't play in transition, he can't back check. And then when he does get in his zone, he's like I said, he's just standing there kind of pointing. And if he knows if he moves out of his position, someone is going to probably fill it and get a really great A scoring opportunity. Yeah, it's
So,
tough.
what do you think? I mean, Sheldon's watching the same thing you're watching, and he's playing him. He got up to 11 in the last game, but like he played
Yeah,
8
but that
something
was with a
tonight.
big lead.
That's what I mean. But he played 8 something. He played 6 something on Saturday. It's like,
Hmm.
it's Treliving signed him. He was a big part of it, but how quickly do you aboard on this? It's going to be really fascinating to watch and
I
not
would
fascinating to
be,
watch on the ice.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised I- if they just keep running him out there and just saying this is part of the like you're not taking him out. And he's going to fight Lucic.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not taking him out in the Kings game. You're not taking him out in Hockey Night in Canada. He's definitely playing the next three. So
Yeah. So once they send
at least three.
Minton back to junior, and we'll see what's
Hmm.
up with McCabe. I don't know how injured McCabe is, but we'll probably see some call ups here. Maybe Benoit comes up, and then maybe they call up Holmberg or no, sorry, not Holmberg, McMahon or one of those other guys from down there, and you have another at least forward winger option that you can mix in and out and maybe justify it. But I don't know, man. Seeming like
Yeah.
a bad signing at this point.
No, it's just it's tough. It's tough for it to feel like it's this much of just a hole where
Oh,
you can't patch it up.
yeah.
Like it's not really feeling good. That said, I will say this. This is the one thing I'll say.
Mm.
I don't know if you signed him for the competitive game against the Stars, right? And
I know.
Lupe
I know.
Hintz. I
Yeah.
think you signed him for the cumulative effect and also that game against the Bruins. Like if he beats the brakes off of
Luke.
Milan Lucic,
Yeah.
you like we're gonna be
We'll
doing
like
Leafs
that.
talk like what a signing! It's the
We'll
best
like
sign.
that.
You
Yeah,
know,
I
it's
will like
like
that. Maybe it's just
yeah. So
we haven't seen a fight in 4 games. That's why we don't like
that's
it.
it. He
Yeah,
just if he just grabs Marchand around the neck as he
yeah,
tries to do some ratty thing in front of the net,
yeah.
and
He won't be
and
out
then
there
he
against Marchand
breaks
though.
off Lucic, it's like, yeah, that was worth $1,000,000. That was worth it. Good
Yeah,
signing tree.
yeah,
Anyway, I don't really have anything else. I just have again, I'm in a loop. I would say one of my favorite things so far this season is just watching Matthew Nyes bear down on a defender one on one. Like
yeah,
I adore it.
yeah. He didn't play much tonight again. I think he was
No,
12 or something. I thought he should play more. I
not
don't know
under.
I'm not sure what the block is with him. Maybe because he had that bad shift where he ends up turning one over. Maybe a little bit of a benching, less shifts, not as much trust, tight game. But yeah,
Yeah,
I love it. I really think he's going to be an excellent NHL player.
yeah.
I think we're seeing the start of a really solid NHL career. He's a good player, man. He's
He
really,
knows.
really good. And that play he made on here's this one right there.
Yeah, I
Perfect.
know. Gonna
Unbelievable.
say that's the one I wanted to reference.
The strength it takes, like
Yeah,
going the opposite way, cradling it to one knee, bang on the tape immediately was amazing. So yeah,
dude. You
he's
know
been
what he
great.
is?
What is he?
He's just an athlete. Like he's a
Yeah.
try-hard athlete. Like that's
Yeah.
just it. He's an Arizona try-hard athlete. This guy could have been
Oh,
if this guy was at like TCU and was a tight end, you'd be like, yeah, dude, it's this
Yeah.
gritty tight end in
Yeah.
TCU. He catches like a ton of he likes to catch it over the middle, you know. He could have been a power forward, probably would have he's just an athlete. Like
Yeah.
he's just an athlete. That's it. I could see him being an any sport guy because he's just one of those dudes where he maximizes the skill with the tryhardedness. And to me, a part of the minutes is just it's always gonna be tough to find these guys ice time when you've got Matthews and Marner on the right. Like
Mhm.
you're not getting PK time when you're a
No.
third line guy on this team, and you can't touch the ice really on the power play. Although they've been doing a little bit better of getting
Yeah.
the top guys off within around a minute than they used to.
They got it
But
tonight
even still,
too.
it's just
They got a second
yeah.
they got a second unit goal, which was nice to see.
So I mean,
Um, just one more quick
anything
thing
else
for
for you?
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I quickly mentioned Klingberg there.
Yep.
High event for Mr. Klingberg tonight. Felt like the
Yep.
puck was chasing him around all night. Like it was good and bad at times. Like he is a true roller coaster of a hockey player, and I
Mhm.
don't hate it. I really haven't hated him as much as I thought I might. Maybe it's just because my expectations were so low. He has his moments for sure, but he is a capable guy. You can see why this guy was a high point guy, was in the conversation for signing a long-term $7 million contract that probably keeps him up every single night that he turned down that contract from the Dallas
Mhm.
Stars. But he's a player, and I thought he really took it personal tonight playing against the Stars. He wanted to make it happen. He really, really wanted to make it happen. So did Domi. He was fishing for cookies at the end of the game.
Yeah, no,
But
Domi
yeah,
really wanted an empty
oh
netter.
yeah. But I liked Klingberg tonight. He's just a high event guy. He's an exciting hockey player.
Mhm.
Both ways.
The last I saw, Klingberg's expected goals for numbers were quite bad, but
Yeah.
he's
Doesn't
my
surprise me.
actually he's my ultimate eye test guy where I'm like, nah, I don't care what anything says. He's been to me so far unquestionably the best tree living signing.
You think? Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess. I'm really, really coming around on Domi. I'm starting to
be
understand
tonight.
I'm starting to understand the intricacies of his game. He really is an elite passer.
Mhm.
I love watching him play. I'm coming around on Domi, but yeah, Klingberg for sure. And just in terms of impact, like he plays by far the most of any of the signings. He's out there the most.
Mhm.
He's on the top power play unit. It- It's just been awesome to watch him play. It's just been a lot of fun both ways. He's exciting. He's
Mhm.
really, really exciting. That's what I'll say
Again,
about him.
I can't wait to see the Boston game. Like that's going to be the real. Like it felt like the Leafs were just sort of trying to find themselves against the
Yeah.
Panthers. They were lost. It was a bad game. Then they played, a decent one against the Lightning, but really it was
Woke him
just
up,
another.
seems like.
But they were just both weird games, right? Like they were just weird games. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the Boston one is Bruins have started really well. Leafs are starting to settle in and find themselves. This was an important win. You knock off these two games kind of against the weird Western teams. You come back, you got a big game against the Bruins, and then we'll see how some of these
I
guys stack up, match up, and have some real takes.
I know the Bruins are red hot,
Yeah.
but I mean, you saw their schedule to start the year, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I'm not. It's the very beginning of the year. I'm not
I
blown
mean,
away
here
by anything.
Blackhawks, Preds,
Yeah,
Sharks, Kings, Ducks, Blackhawks,
yeah,
Ducks.
yeah.
Like that's like
Sharks
the
lost. Last I saw, the Sharks scored tonight. They were losing six
they
nothing.
lost
So
6-0, and
yeah,
the Bruins blew it tonight. They lost to the Ducks in overtime, so on home
yeah,
ice. So tough one there, Bruins.
yeah.
Like, could
Tough
you
one.
guys just suck maybe?
Yeah,
Could that like one year? Could you just maybe suck?
probably
Like,
not.
it's just really, really annoying that
Yeah. Did you
they
see
just
Jobo?
aren't. What does he say?
Yeah, Keefe says McCabe won't be available Saturday. Pulled
Oh
something in his
yeah.
lower body. Needs imaging. So
Oh boy,
yeah. So
imaging's
yeah,
not
this
good.
yeah, imaging
Keith
not great.
usually
But
likes to see. He's like, Keith is an old school hockey guy. He's like, he's got to get some pictures. When you talk
yeah.
about X-rays,
Yeah, he's gotta get some pictures. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this sucker up.
yeah,
If
all
you
good,
like
bud.
the show, for God's sakes, hit the thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe on all your podcasts. Everywhere you get a pod, leave a 5-star review. For the love of God, do it. We ask so little. Again, we know how many. You could see the number of people that watch this thing. There's so many of you that watch it. Not enough hitting the thumbs. Not
Mm.
enough of you hitting the subscribe. Not enough of you hitting the 5 stars. Helps us out a lot. Anyways, we appreciate it. We love it when you do it, and we will see you Saturday night after the Preds game.